Hello, hello, hello. This is Mark the Silver Money Dude here. Having an interesting weekend so far. Have a very good subject to elaborate on and talk about. It's early evening right now, but it's kind of dark out here, so the lighting on this video might not be as high of a quality as I would like it to. But we're going to push on anyway. Hope all is well with you and your family. I hope you're blessed. Hope that you're healthy. Hope that you're prosperous. Either we think globally or perish individually. That's the subject of this video. The system that we're a part of has us conditioned to think individually, and to be more specific as to what I mean, it really has us conditioned to think selfishly. Everything that you do, for the most part, has to be somehow connected to personal gain, or monetary gain, I should say. And just remember that anytime I speak and I say everything or everyone, I don't mean everything and everyone. I think that you should realize that I mean most. So we often say that, everyone does this or everyone does that. I don't mean everyone specifically. Overall. So, again, we're conditioned to think very selfishly in the system. One of the main reasons why right now I would bet that most of you are not doing what it is that you would prefer to do in life is because you have not figured out how to monetize whatever your passion is. In other words, if you can't make money off of it, you don't do it. You don't commit the time necessary for your passion to flourish. Because, nice, New York City, these young boys are out here popping wheelies on these motorcycles. I know that a lot of you are not from the U.S. that watch these videos, but it's just something that these young kids do. Again, it's very difficult for you to pursue your passion because you can't make money with it. And I don't know what your passion is as an individual, what it is that you enjoy doing, what brings you fulfillment in your life. I don't know what that is in particular, but I can say that for most people, whatever it is, if you have not figured out how to make money off of it, you can't commit the time that you need to commit to it in order for it to grow to its highest potential. And I know in these last few videos, I'm concentrating and I'm focusing on the resource-based economy and the potential that it has. What it can allow us to do as human beings. One, it's solving the main problem, which is scarcity. Which is people not having access to the things that they need. The essentials of life. You need to have access to the essentials of life to function in society at all. If someone is depriving you of the things that you're in need of in your daily life, like food, a place to live, right? Clothes to wear, your children educated properly, your house or home, wherever you live, in order. Those are essentials. That's not something that some people should have access to. You understand? So the fact that people in other countries don't have access to everything that we tend to have access to, the fact that that's not the case is a problem. So with that being said, because we are not in a society where we're dependent upon your fellow man looking out for you, right? In other words, you can't really rely on people to look out for you in this society, because this society is money driven. It's money driven. It's profit driven. It promotes selfishness. It promotes self-concern. It's not concerned about all. It's only concerned about you from the perspective of the individual. In other words, if you try to look out for other people, you will deprive yourself and your family in the process because of how the system is set up. Although some people do it anyway. Some people just look out for others because they know that it's only right, that it is the right thing to do. And by right, I mean it's the humane thing to do. Because I try to stay away from right and wrong. Right and wrong is subject to interpretation. But the fact that you're on this earth, you need essentials of life. That's a fact. That's not a question. Oh, do you need essentials of life? Of course you do. There are people on this earth and on this planet that do not have the essentials of life because a body, a system, a group is depriving them of those essentials. You see? They're keeping them from it, or they're keeping them or preventing them from having access to it, which is the same thing. So, with that being said, it's very important that we understand as we move forward through the Silver Money Takeover that the ultimate goal that we want to accomplish is the essentials of life to be provided for every person on this planet. That's the goal, okay? Resource-based economy is a solution. I know that it's hard for people to always try not to put things in a be-all, end-all type of, perspective, because people are always like, oh, well, that's the answer. There is no the answer. You have problems and you have solutions to the problems. And then you have things that perpetuate the problems because you don't find solutions to the problems. And that's kind of where we are now as humanity. We're right in the middle. We're in a place where we're in transition, coming out of a system that doesn't work, that has proven that it does not work. Because if it did work, you wouldn't have things like hunger, crimes, poverty. You wouldn't have all of these things that are keeping people enslaved during their life on this planet, during their lifespan on this earth. If the system worked, you wouldn't have that. The system does not work. So not only do you have it, but you have it way, way too much. There's too much of it. And if you don't believe me, every time that you turn on the television, go outside your door if you live in an inner city, the things that you see is just ridiculous. The culture that you see developing with the youth in the inner cities throughout the United States, not just New York, this is a common problem. It's not like it's just limited to a certain demographic, a certain race, a certain group. It's a problem that is becoming persistent as a cultural problem. It's perpetuated through media. It's perpetuated through television, through commercials. And all of this stuff is there to continue to drive profits for corporations who ultimately are in cahoots with politicians who ultimately run the structure of the laws of the land that we live in. Corporations pay for the politicians that they have in place. And it's a relationship that they have between one another. So every time that you go out to the mall and you shop, every time that you go out and spend money in this economy, Every time that you go to Walmart and you go to Target and you go, you know, I don't know, Macy's, all of these major corporations that you support all the time, you know, looking for a deal, looking for a sale. Oh, they're having a great sale at JCPenney. And please don't mistake what I'm saying as a direct attack on these corporations. I'm using these corporations as an example because they represent big business. The same way that large banks represent big business. And that's another thing. If you're saving your money in the bank, if you're utilizing the services of the banks, my suggestion to you is to take and set aside a portion of your income and buy silver with it. Because what is going to end up happening, they call these banks too big to fail, but they're not too big to fail. They will fail again. And I say again because if you have forgotten for whatever reason, let me remind you, back in 2008, some of your favorite banks failed. HSBC, JP Morgan Chase, Citibank, AIG, which is one of the largest financial institutions in the country, failed. They failed because of the unscrupulous business practices that they carry on, because there's no risk to them. If you don't understand fractional reserve banking, do some investigating. I'm gonna post some videos and I'm gonna dig into some of Mike Maloney's information. Mike Maloney is, I don't even know, I can't really define what he is. All I know is that his research and his information about the way that the economy is set up and the way that the monetary is structured is excellent. And his information I definitely will encourage you to take a look at. I think his website is goldsilver.com. Don't worry about all that. I'm going to do some videos talking about some of the information that he's providing about the monetary system very soon. Now listen, back to silver. Get your hands on silver. Silver is the one resource that we have access to because of the price. And what's going to happen is Silver Money Takeover is going to spread. This concept is going to catch on. Many of you will have a large part to do with that, because you're going to spread this information virally. And I pray that these videos catch on and people start to gravitate to this information that I'm giving through these videos. It's not just me. It's a whole bunch of people involved with this, you know, this whole silver movement. But the Silver Money Takeover is very specific. We're buying silver. We're never selling it. We know that it's a resource, and we're going to use it as a resource in order to have leverage, so that we have a voice once this monetary system collapses. That's a very specific purpose. That has nothing to do with us buying silver, holding it, and hoping that the price goes up so we can sell it later and make a profit. No. No, no, no. That's not what the Silver Money Takeover is about. So if that's what your personal agenda is, to buy some silver and make a few bucks off of it, you know, hopefully the price goes up soon. Oh, the price is not going up. Oh, you know, when is the price going to go up? Everyone keeps talking about silver's going to go up. No, you're missing the point. Silver's way more valuable than that. You have to understand that we're shifting into a new paradigm. We're shifting into a new way of life. This system does not work. And if the way of life that you see around you is okay with you, all of this hunger and disease, people dying from cancer in their 20s and 30s, if that's okay with you, all of this processed food, all of this stuff, these chemicals that they're putting in the food, that's all right with you? People dying from hunger in other countries, babies and kids dying from AIDS and other diseases that are senseless, that's all right with you? That's what you need to open up to. It's not just about you and your little world and your little comfortable zone wherever you live, and about the comfort of you and your family. It's way beyond that. And I hope that you guys are starting to catch that type of tone and information that's coming out of these videos now. It's about more than you. Just like the subject of this video. Either think globally or perish individually. You have to think about the whole picture. You have to think beyond yourself and your personal circumstances. If you live in America and you have an income, I don't care if you have a lot of bills. We all have bills. This entire monetary system is debt-based. But you have to understand the value and the power of the dollars that you have in your hand right now, while it still has some value. There's going to come a time where you're going to wish that you had silver in your hands, and you won't have any in your hands. So you can't even be a part of the movement that we have going on now through Silver Money Takeover, because you don't have any silver. The time is going to come where we're going to use silver as leverage to have a voice big enough to actually say, no, we don't want a new monetary system. We want a resource-based system where all of humanity can benefit, not just a small group of you guys. You can't say that unless you have a resource in your hand that the world needs. You're not going to be able to do it. And we also need to support financially the Venus Project. They have a donation button on their website. I think you can donate as little as $2 a month or something crazy like that. $2, $5, $10. Whatever you can donate to the Venus Project, my suggestion is for you to do it. And I'll post a link once I find out where that link is. When I find it, I'm going to post it for you guys. And definitely get your hands on silver. Get yourself a monthly purchase plan with Silver Money. If you live in the United States, shipping is free. If you live overseas, you have access, depending on the country. As long as there's no limitation to us delivering the silver to you, you can sign up for a monthly purchase plan, get started, start stacking, and we can ship it to you internationally. Get your hands on silver. This is a global movement. It's not just about the United States. It's not just about America. I live in America, so naturally, I'm going to try to talk to people who live here first, because I'm right here amongst them. But the idea is for us all to get silver into our hands, because it's not only a resource, it's one of the most valuable resources that we have available to us, that we actually can get our hands on now. So don't procrastinate. Get yourself a monthly plan. $25 a month you can start with. Just get started and start stacking. This is Mark the Silver Money Dude signing off. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Facebook page is at facebook.com/getrichslow. You can sign up for a plan. There's a wealth of other information available on that page, on that site. Email us, silvermoney@optimum.net. Give us a call, 718-509-9793, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Get started stacking. If you're already stacking, stack more. And join this movement. New York City is opening up. We're going to start doing meetups. We're going to start doing live presentations. And we're really going to start getting this movement going in the direction that we want it to move in, so that we can make this resource-based economy a reality. It's already in motion, and it's going to happen. You might as well become a part of it and help us get there faster. Peace and love. God bless. Oh, also, I think I mentioned it, but we have free shipping available now. I'm going to do a video about that very soon. Type of, promotional type of video. The value of the membership with Silver Money now is so high. We make very little money off of the service fee. That service fee is there to provide a service to you guys as members, to save you some money and give you the most bang for your buck through the membership. It's good business, and that's what we're all about. We're about saving and providing value. That's good business. So it's coming soon. Videos coming soon about the free shipping and all the other benefits available through the membership. So make sure that you sign up for a monthly purchase plan. Keep stacking. Start stacking. God bless.